Hello and welcome to computer class. My name is Dave and today we're talking about camera framing in videography. So first let's go back to the basics, which is the statement I keep saying in every single one of these videos, which is that films are made up of sequences, sequences are made up of scenes, and scenes are made up of shots. And if you remember correctly, we said this in the last video, big sequences can be broken down to small scenes, and those can be broken down into shots. And we're covering what all that means in these couple episodes here. So the question is, how do I compose a subject in each frames? Well, I have some information from this website, www.studiobinder.com/blog/ultimate guide to camera shots /camera framing. I'll link that down in the description to give them credit for what they have created here, as well as the video at the end of this. But let's talk about the types of frames that you can do for your camera. The first is the single shot, and that has to do with when one subject is in the frame. Now I know in my example here I have, it looks like two subjects in the frame, but this second one is known as an over-the-shoulder single, and it's also known as a dirty single. Also counts as a single shot even though it has more than one person in the frame, but the characters in the foreground, he's not featured, so it doesn't, this character is technically not in there according to cinematographers. They would say that the main subject here is right there. And so that's a single shot. If we're creating a framing issue here, we're framing one character. The second is a two shot. It features two characters in the frame. Sometimes they're opposite to each other, talking to each other, whatever the case may be. And this is a great scene here. But two shots are used very often, and as you can see, we're counting up in number. So camera framing gets more and more the more characters there are. The next is a over-the-shoulder shot, and it shows your subject from behind the shoulder of another character. It's commonly used in conversation scenes, and it tends to flip between characters as well, and that's abbreviated OTS. The next is a three shot, which features three characters in the frame. And I really don't think there's a limit to the number of characters you can have in the frame, to be honest. I think you can just counting up, 1, 2, 3, 4 or whatever. But before we get to more characters, number 5, we have an over the hip shot, which is an OTH. The camera is placed at the character's hip in the foreground, and the focus is on the subject, so that you get this almost like a peering from behind the other subject viewpoint. And that's a way to, again, frame a subject as well. Number 6 is a point of view shot. It's where people are staring either, up or down or whatever. It shows the viewer exactly what the character sees. So here we have a group of people looking down. There's 4 of them. Technically a 4 shot, but it's also a point of view shot because of the way that they're staring down into the camera. This type of shot is usually sandwiched between a reverse shot. So here we have an example, someone talking, reverse shot over here. You get the perspective of the person looking usually. So POVs and shot reverse, are utilized simultaneously a lot. Number 7 is an insert shot. It is used for directing an audience's attention. If we see a character look at something, the subsequent insert shot shows us usually what they see. Okay. And that being said, you could continue on with the shot list. You could do a crowd shot. You could do an extreme crowd shot where there's millions and millions of people, something off of like World War Z or something. This is the video though to watch. I'll link this down in the description. It has all the different shot framing. That's the ultimate guide to it by a company called Studio Binder. Great product there, and I recommend you go check that out in the description. And also, this next video that I will link down in the description is someone talking about how important cutting and shots are and framing and things. And he really breaks down the movie, which is some of my favorite movies, the Batman movies. He breaks down The Dark Knight in order to explain what they actually did wrong when it came to the framing of some of the shots and the cutting of some of the shots in the movie. So I'll link that down in the description. You check it out and tell me what you think down in the comments. And with that, that is the end of camera framing, the episode there. So if you haven't already, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and as always, I will see you in the next video.